Dermot's Health.
Welcome back to Joy in Our Town. I'm Dolly Velasquez, and with me is Jason Price. Jason is the program manager at the Oklahoma Department of Rehabilitation Services. Today we're going to be talking about education, and in particular, we're going to be talking about how Oklahomans on Social Security can go back, Social Security disability can go back to work. Jason, welcome to Joy in Our Town.
Glad to be here.
Listen, tell me about how you save the federal government money by helping people get off of disability benefits.
Well, I have the honor of running a program that helps people get off disability benefits if they want to work. My team actually helps people get counseling to know how to get off benefits, how to get back to work when they thought they would be on disability forever. So that's kind of what we do.
That is wonderful. And Jason, I think you come from a place that you have experienced. Tell us how, with your own disabilities, how it has impacted your life, and how did you overcome it in order to reach this point in your career?
Well, having cerebral palsy, I went through the program myself, and I know what it takes to get off disability benefits, and more importantly, I know the joy that comes from being off disability. So I was able to translate that into a passion now to help others do the same.
There's something that I've heard you say in written form. You said that a person on disability deserves to have their dream as an American. Tell me what it is, that statement.
Well, we all want to have a piece of the American dream. We all want to be able to answer that age-old question of what do you do? If somebody asks your name, they ask, what do you do? Well, I help people answer that question. I give them something to do and let them chase their dreams as everyone else does, despite disability.
That is fantastic. You know, and along that line, Jason, I do want to ask you, because right now we're talking about you.
Yeah.
What is your background? What drives you? Your home life? What is your story?
Well, I come from a small town, Dover, Oklahoma, a small farming community, about 200 to 300 people, and I learned a valuable work ethic at home and was expected to achieve despite disability. There was no excuse to not make it in this world. And so that passion allowed me to overcome, with the help of this great agency and the services they gave me, to go to college, to get a wheelchair, and now I'm able to help other people do that. So
that is fantastic, Jason. Thank you so much. Now, tell me, what programs do you supervise? Specifically, how many people work for you, and what do they do?
I have 7 Social Security benefit counselors that work for me, providing benefit counseling and guidance on why it's important to get off disability when you can. And I also have 4 other people that help clients that have lost their way, have fallen out of the program, help them relocate and re-engage, as well as 5 other administrative types that help with the records and the reports and everything. So the mission is all about taking people from where they are now and showing them that they can rethink the fabric of what they thought was possible.
Which is what
coming up.
That is fantastic. That's how your parents raised you. That's how you're raised to believe in yourself, and that is awesome.
And not everyone has a constant presence in their life like I did. So we try to bridge that gap and be a more constant presence in these individuals' lives to let them know, hey, the only thing you need to work is the will to work.
How admirable it must be for a person who comes in saying, I am just too far gone in my disabilities. I'm not sure that I can ever get out of disability Social Security benefits.
Right.
And then they come into your office and they see you.
Absolutely.
How inspirational must that be?
I hope it's very inspirational.
Now, what disability types do you serve? And what types of jobs do you help disabled Oklahomans get?
All types, from blindness to cerebral palsy to mental illness to every conceivable disability and every conceivable type of job. We have doctors, lawyers, janitors, everything you can imagine.
That is great. Now, how does your agency receive money when someone comes off disability benefits? Where does that come from?
Well, the interesting thing is our agency gets money back when someone comes off disability because Social Security is saving money on what they would have paid these individuals. In fact, they get $7 back for every dollar they reimburse us.
Wow.
So that's where the money savings comes in.
And they save money because you are able to explain why they save money.
They save money because they would have paid disability benefits out for the rest of that individual's life.
And now that individual instead is paid into
Taxpayers.
that. They become taxpayers.
We don't create jobs, we create taxpayers. And that's really what separates us from other job programs. We take people that were said to be so disabled they couldn't work, and now they're taxpayers.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's why Social Security then gives you back a little refund.
Yeah.
A sizable refund, as a matter of fact.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, do people generally want to work instead of drawing disability? And what are some of the things keeping them from trying to work?
They do want to work. They're scared. They're scared of, what if I can't work? What if I'm too disabled? So we let them know, hey, those aren't things to worry about. We can get you back on disability if that were to happen. But there's nothing to stop you from trying.
That is fantastic, Jason. And I just have to go back to the fact that what a living testimony you are.
Thank
and
you.
A shining example. And for them to come in and say, you know what, you can do this. And to know that others have gone before them and that they have become successful.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're there to do.
Now, where do you see your programs going in the future?
Just getting more people off benefits, so that we can save the benefits for those that need them the most, and help those that can work get back to work. So just increasing and further driving success forward.
I would imagine there's also a lot of people that are not aware of the program that's available to them.
Oh, yes.
And so that's probably another... We need to get you out and letting people...
Yeah, we need to let people know so we can help as many as we can reach these goals.
That is wonderful. Now, you mentioned that what separates you from other job programs is the fact that you don't just give people a job.
Right, we start people on a lifetime of employment, and that's the difference. We don't get them a job that they don't want and they can't live on. We are out there to start them on a lifetime of employment, of career-level employment.
Oh, my goodness. So you're because not only do all Americans want that American dream, you want a job that you can live off.
Exactly.
That you can make an income to be able to sustain, you know, a comfortable lifestyle. And that's what you do.
Exactly.
Now, what are some of the services that these programs provide?
Our services provide, obviously, the counseling that I supervise. We also do job counseling and accommodation counseling with the clients, helping them figure out solutions to work barriers in other parts of our agency. And we also provide direct services like buy wheelchairs or send people to college or buy whatever they need to get them to the point they can work. So.
Now, you had mentioned that you have all professions that you have helped, doctors and lawyers. Are there stories that you can tell me about individuals that
Well, although you might think, well, tell me about this lawyer or this guy, one thing comes to mind. A young man named Manuel Mercado in my own office who had been a client for 10 years, never worked, and now is working for the first time in his life, and the joy in his face every day encapsulates what we're about. What we're about. Oh, you're going to live on disability all your life, and then all of a sudden you're working. You can't put a price on it.
That is fantastic. Manuel had been on disability for 10 years.
Yeah.
And now he's working.
Yeah.
And it seems to me, I went on your website, and there's a little gal who's a lawyer that's been through your program as well.
Absolutely. A couple top of my head, we have a couple of attorneys I can think of that are just having an outstanding things and feeding back into the system to do what they can to help more people. So we're just really having a lot of success.
That is fantastic, because sometimes when you think about helping people with disabilities, quite frankly, sometimes you think it's, well, the only thing that's available is available at this time is a low-paying job.
Right.
And that's not the case.
No.
That is fantastic. Now, how many people have you helped get off of disability benefits?
Well, in 2014, 187 people came off.
Wow.
And we have been acknowledged by Social Security Administration as the best pound for pound in the state at doing this. Because we focus on it, we believe in it, and we provide the resources to make it happen.
In every step of the way. And you mentioned Manuel had been on you've been helping him for 10 years.
Yeah, and finally we got the breakthrough and got him to where he needed to be to work.
That is fantastic. So that tells me tenacity. That speaks tenacity, that you don't give up on a person. You stay with them until they achieve that American dream.
Right, right.
Now, what would you say to someone who is at home drawing disability and wishing they could work?
I would say, is this the life you want? Is this the life that you think you're destined to have? Or do you know in your heart there's more out there? And if you have the will to work, contact us and we can give you the tools to be successful. Because I did it myself.
That is fantastic, Jason. And let me ask you this. Is there a place where you could say, well, I'm too old? Maybe the person's, I'm not college age anymore, I'm in my 40s, or do you get it to a place where you say, okay, it's too late, you should have come to us earlier?
No, not at all, not at all. We serve all ages, and we know that work is possible despite the age. So
that is fantastic. Now, where can we find more information?
I would suggest you go to www.okrehab.org. And also call if you're on disability benefits. If you're on disability benefits now and you want to work, call.
You want me to give that number?
Or I can.
Okay, go ahead.
Toll free 866-882-4515.
And go ahead.
We will help you directly get connected with the services you need.
That is fantastic, Jason. With about 40 seconds left, any final thoughts?
My final thought would be to remember that disability benefits are there for a reason, and they should stay there. That program should always be available. But for those with the will to work, don't let that will go away. Feed that will, step out there and take a chance, because you'll like what happens.
Jason, you are an inspiration to me and an inspiration to so many. Thank you for serving our Oklahomans.
Thank you, Dolly.
You are amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us. We will see you next time at Join Our Town.
This program has been sponsored by the Trinity Broadcasting Network and made possible by your telethon donations. Continual support can keep joy in our town brought to your home every week. So write to TBN, P.O. Box A, Santa Ana, California, 92711. The views on this program do not necessarily reflect the views of this station.
Experience love. Experience peace. Experience Jesus at TBN's Holy Land Experience. The Holy Land Experience in Orlando, Florida is an incredible place. Enter through the gates and you're transported to a Jerusalem marketplace. Ahead is the Temple Plaza with its gleaming 6-story replica of Herod's Great Temple.